What's going on, guys? It's Logan here, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new tutorial, but this time we're going to be hopping in Premiere Pro and I'm going to show you how to color grade your footage using LUTS. Let's get to it. Alright, so before we get into it, I went ahead and made a quick cinematic outside. I just wanted to show you guys some quick before and afters of using LUTS and what you can pull out of your image. So, here it is.
The same for everybody.
Alright guys, now that we're on the PC, let's go ahead and get right into this. So go ahead and open up Premiere, and once you do, start a new project and go ahead and import your video files. I'm just using these two. You probably saw these in the cinematic already, but I'm going to be using an outdoor shot and an indoor shot just to show you the difference between, color grading both of those different environments. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and drag in my outdoor shot into my timeline. Alright, there we go. I'm going to mute the audio, and it's just a quick slow motion video of the leaves outside. So pretty. Alright, so go ahead, I'm going to go and trim this down just a bit so we don't have so much to work with, make it an easier workflow. There we go. Alright, now before we get started, two different things. First of all, make sure you shoot on a flat picture profile. If you do not know what that is, it makes your video just completely flat. If you look at my video, it does not look good. It's so flat, but the thing about that is it helps you bring out anything you want and helps you color correct your videos for later usage when putting them all together. Now, so if you don't know exactly how to do that, just go ahead and look it up for your camera, type in flat picture profile, and you'll figure out how to do it. You can use Technicolor CineStyle, you can do it within your camera. Just go ahead and look it up real quick. If you don't know how to do it, do that, shoot your video, and then you can start color correcting and color grading. And then second of all, the difference between color correcting and color grading. Color correcting is where you take a bunch of different videos all together, but it's supposed to be, one whole entire project. And they'll be in different environments, and the whole thing of color grading or color correcting is making them all be seamless and match each other, so the exposure, contrast, highlights, things like that all being the same, so it doesn't look like two completely different videos. It looks like it's in the same place, same environment, and that's color correcting. But color grading is where you slap the colors and tones on top for the mood, the environment, the things like that you can control of how your movie, project, whatever is going to feel. So we're going to be doing color grading today with LUTS. Just a heads up for you guys out there that don't know that. So let's go ahead and get right into this. No more wasting time. So go ahead and click on your video. And what you're going to do is go over here to Lumetri Color. And if you don't see that, go up here to Window, drop it down, and go down to Lumetri Color. Get that opened. If you want to use the same workspace as me, go up here to Workspaces, Color, and it'll look just like this so you can follow along a little bit easier. So now once you do that, go ahead and click on your video, Lumetri Color, and you're going to go down here to Creative. Click on Creative, and now we're going to import our LUT with Look. Now I'll put the LUT I'm going to be using today in the description box below. It's going to be called M31, completely free, no need to worry. So we can go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to go to my downloads, M31 LUTs, and we're using the log, and there we go. So already you can see what it's doing to our footage. This is the orange and teal look you see in Hollywood blockbuster movies, vlogs, things like that. So you've seen this all over the place, but it's so pretty, and I love it. So once you do that, you may notice it's probably most likely on your video going to be way too harsh, and that's when the intensity right here comes into play. I usually drop it down to about 80. 80 usually looks good. This actually might be not enough. Let's do 90. Okay. So this is what we got so far. As you can see, we got these nice oranges in the highlights, blues in the shadows. It looks so nice. Very cinematic. So once you do that and you got the intensity set to where you want, you can on here and mess with these adjustments real quick. I like to do faded film. I'll probably put this on about 25. Yeah, let's do a little bit less than that, maybe like 15. That looks pretty good. So as you can see, that just fades the shadows in the video, gives it that kind of filmic look. So once you do that, I'm going to go ahead and sharpen it. And whenever you do the flat picture profile, your video should not be very sharp. Reason for that is so it's not too sharp and you can't do it later. Now we can do post sharpening. I'll put it on about 35 and that is beautiful, looking great. So after you do that, I'm going to be done in the creative tab for now. So go ahead and go into basic correction. And now we're just going to mess with some of the different corrections in the video. Now this is where color correcting comes into play. I would recommend, if you're going to be doing a full project, unlike I'm doing right now, you would want to go down here, right click, do new item, adjustment layer, and it should be the same settings as your project. You just hit OK. You drag that adjustment layer over the video. And I would recommend in this adjustment layer doing your color grading. So that's where you would apply the LUT and that's where you would just do the LUT, the intensity, and things like that. But since I'm not doing a full project right now, I'm not going to need that adjustment layer. I'm just going to do it within this video. So I would recommend doing color correcting where you're actually going to do the exposure, contrast, and things like that completely just on the video by itself, and then do the color grade on the adjustment layer. All right. But for today, to keep it simple and all together, I'm just going to be doing it on the same video. So once you're on the video, you're going to go over here and now you're going to be under basic correction, and this is where all the good stuff comes in. So now as you can see, the video is looking okay. It definitely needs some different corrections done in here. So I'm going to bump up the exposure just a bit, maybe do about 0.5. That should be good. 0.5 is looking good. Now I'm going to take the contrast up just slightly to about 14.7. There are a bit too many highlights in here, so drag that down. Shadows, I want to bring those out because there are a lot of shadows in this video. And that's a stylistic thing as well. If you want more shadows, more power to you. I'm going to take some of them out. And then we're going to bring up the whites just a bit. And then we're going to go down on the blacks. Make sure they're not getting crushed. As you can see, they get super crushed if you go down too low. So I just keep an eye on that. Go down. And there we go. So that's looking great. That's looking real good. So as you can see, if we do a before and after, this is what the video looks like before. This is after color correction, and then that's after color grading. So you can see how cinematic this looks already. That looks, oh, that's so pretty. The light was grading outside today. So after you do that, you're pretty much done with that video. If you want, you can drop the saturation down too. That's all up to you. Do about maybe 90 on that. And then, yeah, you can, if you want to increase the temperature, decrease the temperature, you got warmer, you got colder. I might actually make this a bit warmer, if anything. About right there, 3.5. And that's looking great, guys. So that's all for that footage. And then obviously you could come down here, you could do your curves, you could do your different color wheels, you know, you got your mid-tone, shadows, highlights, and you really, if you wanted to, you could enhance the shadows by dragging down more blue, dragging up to more warm, and that might even help sell that effect a bit more, but I don't find that quite necessary for this video. I think it looks fine the way it is, so I'm going to reset those, close that, and yeah, so after that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to drag the indoor video onto the timeline. And now this is just a slow motion of zooming in on what looks like to be oranges and apples. So we're going to go ahead and do this footage next. I'm going to drag it shorter. Make sure we get it nice and simple. Ripple delete right here, and here we go. So now it's going to be the same process. All you have to do is I'm going to go into the video, and this time I'll actually show it the other way around. I'll only color correct on the video, and I'll do the color grade on the adjustment layer. So drag your adjustment layer above your video, and I'm going to click on the adjustment layer, make sure that's clicked, go to Lumetri Color, Creative, and then we're going to select the same LUT as before, the M31, and boom, and you can see it's super intense. So I'm going to drag this down to probably about 75-ish, maybe 65, 70. There we go. That looks good. So we're going to do faded film. I'll probably put this on 20. That looks good. Get that film look going on here. Put the sharpening to about 35 again, as before. And now, as you can see, it's super dark, but we're not going to do the basic correction on the adjustment layer. We're going to do it on the video. So click on the video itself, and now we're going to mess with the basic correction, okay? So once you do that, go ahead, and I'm going to up the exposure, contrast, I think is fine. We'll just leave that right around here. Highlights need to be brought down. There are way too many. Shadows, a lot of shadows in this video, so I'm going to drag those up. Whites, I'll increase those just a little bit. And blacks will bring down just a smidge. About right there is looking good. Increase the contrast a bit more. Exposure, maybe put that on like 1.5. Boom, there we go. That looks Looks real good. Okay, I'm actually going to desaturate this a bit, so I'll put the saturation on about 80. And now I think we are talking. So let's go ahead and watch that. And boom. Oh yeah, that looks perfect. That's exactly how I wanted it. So guys, you obviously could go to the adjustment layer, mess with the grade a little bit more if you wanted to. You come in here, mess with the faded film, sharpen, vibrance, and like I told you, you can go into the color wheels here. You can mess with the shadows, get some more blues, get some more oranges in there, make it look even more blockbuster-esque. So that's all for today, guys. I think I covered everything. Think so? Yeah, so like I said, I'll provide the LUT in the description box below. It's super fun to mess with. There are plenty of LUTs on the market, expensive ones, cheap ones, free ones. Just go type in free LUTs, play around, find the different looks you want. Don't stick to just one. You can do so many things with color grading. It is ridiculous. It is so fun to play with. So I highly recommend you guys check out some more LUTs, get some more, maybe even make your own. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy, guys. Alright guys, that's all for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to see more videos, and drop a comment below of what you want to see next. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.